Today I'm going to be reviewing an electric Ford SUV, but while it may seem a little dull, I'd say you should stick around. This one's pretty special. 1400 horsepower. Roll the intro. Today in CDT, I described pop-up adverts. Everybody hated it. And rightfully so. I say something extremely questionable. Again, purebred my arse. And I described Toyota Super Kids. Awful, awful, awful. The Super Kid beef continues. All that coming up later, but for now... Hello everyone, welcome back to CDT. It is me, Ditto. The Ford Mach E 1400. One of Ford's most incredible publicity stunts. They took a Mach E and they made it powerful. It's called the 1400, so guess how much horsepower it is. Yeah, it's 1400. If you couldn't work that out, you probably need to get help. And the reason why it's such an amazing publicity stunt is because of the public's reaction to the Mach E. Because it's not the Ford Mach E, it's the Mustang Mach E. Ford decided to take the Ford Mustang badge and slap it on an electric SUV. And everybody hated it. And rightfully so. The Mach E badge, well, the E comes from electric, because it's an EV, but the Mach part actually comes from the original Mustang Mach 1 from 1971. Which was an important year for the Mustang because it was the last year before regulations. Well, America's emissions regulations, which effectively strangled the power of the V8, and they were never the same afterwards. Last year of the proper full-on muscle car. So, important. Especially in the Mustang name. There's an actual Mustang in the current generation of real Mustangs called the Mach 1. Obviously an homage to the 70s one. And then there's this, which everyone hates. Well, at least they hate the standard Mach E. The Mach E 1400 came about because Ford were fed up of people hating on their shitty SUV. So they decided to turn it into a drift car. And boy, was it impressive. This is proof that electric cars aren't all bad. So, shove that in your snout, purebred petrol heads. Purebred my arse. Ford has a history of taking normal humdrum cars and turning them into lunatics. They first did it with the Lotus Cortina. Then there was the rallying Escorts, the hot Fiestas, the Escort Cosworth, the Sierra Cosworth, the Mondeo ST220. I'm trying to think of others. The XR series. And probably the most recent one is the Focus RS. And this, but this you can't actually buy. Shame. What with the Mach E 1400 being electric, it's not actually got the best acceleration, to be honest. It's quite slow. Does 198 miles an hour. 1 mile an hour short of the RTR. Another drift Mustang. No, because this isn't a drift Mustang, but another drifting Ford, yes. To be honest though, these are very much opposite ends of the scale. This is quite slow, the RTR is mind-blowingly quick, although possibly not as quick as a Mercedes CLR. Watch long-term reviews number 6, which is coming on Saturday, if you want to find out that one. I'm excited. I maintain to this day that there isn't a drift car that corners other than the Ford Huni Pegasus? The Porsche Huni Pegasus. So, does this one break the chain? No. Steers like it's on ice. understeer is a thing. Understeer is massive. Understeer is also a massive pain in the arse. Like my sister. Kidding. I feel bad about saying that now. Anyway, it is absolutely horrendous to drive. Awful, awful, awful. Look at this. Understeer. Wildly, we're doing 110. And it can't corner. That's why it's American. So now we've got to do what it's supposed to do. Does it drift? Seemingly so, yes. I have crashed it. Normal day. But, right, I've got to try and do this properly, because drift cars drift very differently to normal cars. Send it in with the handbrake. Actually, it doesn't drift too well. I mean, you can get the back out perfectly sideways, like look at this. But then you either enter the corner with, you know, a slight reverse entry, or you just sort of slither about. It's really not good, to be honest. I like the Mach 1400 in real life, I like it a lot, but I don't like it in this. That's good. I think the best way to get through a corner is with a reverse entry. That's where you get the back out so much that you actually drive forwards into the corner. But you've got to use a lot of handbrake, because otherwise it'll just, you know, slightly drift and then end up understeering you into a tree. I promise you it's not a skill issue. And now to make things worse, we've got to put it round the circuit. I am expecting a 45 or over. Because honestly, it can't corner, bad acceleration, and to be honest, you can't exactly drift round these corners. Which is ironic, because that's probably the fastest way through them. Right, here we go. It's a shame, I wanted to like this Mach E. The Mach E 1400 is a very cool car. It's just a shame it sucks in CDT. Right, come on. Oh god, that's not good. Right, steer through here. You can see where the tyres get to the limit of grip, because that's when it starts to smoke. Right, come on. Power. This is absolutely shocking. Brake. There we go. Finally got through a corner properly. This is torture. Please. This is like watching someone putting pineapple on pizza. 52.5. Damn. That was god awful. I think I found the solution. If you want a Ford Mustang that drifts well, buy a unicorn. If you want a Ford Mustang that, well, does everything, I'm kidding. Well, if you want a Ford Mustang that's better than a Mach E because it's an actual Mustang, and is a limited, and is fast, what was ever wrong with the RTR? Thanks for watching. I think it just changed direction with those wheels all on its own. I am slightly scared now. And on that bombshell, I will try and ignore the fact this car is haunted.